Hello, welcome back. My name is Lena Corrales. It's just kind of like a disappointment because either it was overhyped or it's just because I can go on for a couple videos telling how many, and when I saw it, I was just heavily disappointed. So this list, I literally just they could have done something different. Now this from we're gonna start from 10, obviously. Being like it was okay, did something different, all the way to one being like this movie just sucked. Like they should have never made it. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm not gonna have you guys watch an entire recap video. So hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Past Lena. Back at you with another video. This one's actually part 2 to my top 10 movie review. Part 2. Now, if you haven't watched part 1, please do so. Go watch part 1. I'm just gonna give like a little quick feedback about part 1. A lot of people were really confused about it being videos or movies that I hated. In no way, shape, or form did I say that I hated it. I did break it down, that 10 being like the movie was good, but they could have done more or they could have done less with it. They could have done something different. And then one being like they should have never made this movie. And these next 5 are movies that like we still like them, but there was just something else they could have done or they should have never really touched up on it. Now, I am all for positive comments on my videos. Like, yeah, I agree. Oh my god, it's so awesome that you covered it. Yada, yada, yada. Thumbs up, blah, blah, blah. I'm all for that. I really do. But it does get tiring after a while. If you have a comment or an opinion about something that you don't agree with me, and spark it in the, just write it in the comments. I will respond in a video or even in the comments itself. You never know, you might show up on my channel where we can actually sit down and talk about it. And even then, if I do, which like I said, a lot of these review videos that I do, a lot of these movie reviews, I do go back and revisit because sometimes I do feel like, yes, I'm a little bit harsh on certain things. I go back, I revisit, and you hear a lot about it in that past video, my first video, that it took me a while to come up with a list because I went back, revisit a lot of videos or film, and I was like, okay, maybe I was a little bit harsh on it. I've gone back, I've looked over a lot of stuff, and sometimes my opinions do change about when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to movies, music, TV shows, books. My opinions do change. I'm like everyone else. And like I said, if you don't like what I have to say, or if you don't like the person that I have on my channel, you don't have to watch it. You can come back later to another video where you don't see that person in the thumbnail and watch it from there. But anyway, I'm talking too much. Why don't we just get back to top 10 movies that we were really looking forward to, but was a huge disappointment in our eyes. Not in everyone's eyes, but in our eyes, that were overhyped.
Okay.
All right.
I'll 6? 5.
Five.
Okay, you may not even heard of this movie. Long Shot? No, yeah, Long Shot.
I probably have. I probably seen by like passing. So please tell me about it.
It was just stupid. A Long Shot, it's just it's like the plot was made for, it's like a thriller. The plot was made to, like, hey, is the title, it's a long shot to actually try to save the day. This guy was trying to get his daughter back from these thugs. It's been done. Really
Yeah.
Charles Bronson old school stuff.
Okay.
And it it doesn't, again, I hate anticlimactic movies where there's no ending. Like, take my hand, Tabitha, and she's reaching up the end. Because she's about to fall off a ledge of a building and he's
Oh,
reaching up to grab her. I don't know what happened.
it's like it's always like those cliffhangers that you have to leave it up for interpretation.
Exactly.
And it's just
It,
kind of like I came here to watch a movie, not try to figure out what the hell just happened.
Yeah, exactly. It's just stupid. I don't know. It was just so stupid.
But
You're
no,
right.
when you mentioned the plot, it was just like, if my daughter's taken, I was just like, are you talking about Taken by Liam Neeson? Like,
I would have said take it. No, but it was that's another reason why I hated it. It's been done. Yeah, I should have said taken, but it's just been done before.
yeah, I mean, when
Revenge.
you said like long shot and you were talking about it, and I just daughter taken. You mean Taken, the movie? You know, they did the 3. I don't know how bad this family gets taken.
Right. But yeah, man, they have the worst string of luck.
They do.
All of Taken movies are on fire. I
They are.
have zero problem with
That's
Taken.
why it's not on the list, though, people. It's not on the list. It's really good. It's really good movies. Okay, so number 5. Oh my god.
Here we go.
I'm a Disney fan. You know that, CJ.
Yes, I do.
This one was so overhyped. I got so sick of it. It took me a while to watch it. I think when it came out, I think like I saw it like 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen.
I refuse to watch it just for that reason. I know I have no regrets. All right.
No. I'm gonna tell you this. Visuals are pretty. It's really pretty. Casting is great.
Wait, let me stop you real quick. Stop making movies relying on visuals. If there is no plot, nobody wants to go see it. That's me. All
yeah.
Right.
Oh no, that's the same. That's why I didn't waste my money. That's why I waited to go on Disney Plus. I was just like, I'm gonna wait.
But no, you have hopes. That's the whole point of this list.
No. The thing is that I didn't even have hopes for it. When this movie came out, I already saw the characters at conventions. Oh, I saw Elsa. I saw Anna's. I saw Olaf's. I saw them all, and I was like, oh, I don't have to watch the movie. It's all here.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, visual, it was pretty. Okay, they overhyped it. Is what I have an issue with. There was movies that came after that were better than Frozen, like Coco, like Raya and the Last Dragon, Moana. How was it? Brave right after? I don't remember. But those movies did not get as much hype as Frozen did. So when I finally sat down and watched it, I was like, it's pretty, but story.
Look at your face, like it's pretty, but that's all you get.
But the story was just stupid, and it's been done because people are like, they're saying like, oh, Elsa's the first queen. No, she's not. Kida from the Atlantis is the first queen.
Yep, you got it.
I was like, I blinked out because I was about to say the lost city of Atlantis. I'm like, no, it's Atlantis, stupid. But she was the first queen. Why does everyone? Oh well, this is about sister love. Lilo and Stitch did that with Nani and Lilo. Like, like it's not the first. Well, this was the first where the main character doesn't get the man. I'm just like, no, it's not.
She had a girlfriend.
Yeah. I was just like, I'm sitting there like, well, this one doesn't have singing. Yes, it does. Like,
it's a musical. Even I know it's a musical.
It's a musical. But it was like people were trying to reach for like, oh, this is the first of something.
I see.
And I'm just like, no, it's not. It is
you haven't
not
been
the
out.
First.
Not you, but you haven't been out if you think that this is the first of anything.
No, but and the thing is, I got so tired of it because even when the movie was out, there was already a lot of cosplayers cosplaying as Elsa. And I was just like, I'm not even interested in seeing it. I'm going to probably wait it off, which I did, watched it. And I probably liked one character from it, which was Olaf. And that was it. I can admit, I liked the second one because there was more story to it versus the first one. First one was just two sisters
I can see that.
Locked up in... Huh?
No, I can see that. And as it should for sequels. Sequels always should be better, or the goal is to be better than the original, first of all.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But this one, it was just the first one, overhyped, killed it for me. I know it won a lot of awards, but it was just like, I don't care.
I'm a Birds of Prey.
That's on my list, but it's not number 4 actually.
It's higher? God
it's
damn.
Higher.
Oh shit. I just like Meg Robb. I just like her. She's a good substitute for Harley Quinn. If it was up to me, it'd be girl from Sucker Punch playing Harley Quinn.
I haven't seen Sucker Punch, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I haven't. It's popped up, but the thing is, once it's another movie that was overhyped again, which I should have had that on my list, to be honest.
It was a dumb movie, but it was eye candy for us, and I fell for it. But it was a dumb movie. It was good. Okay. Sucker Punch. Why? Because she can definitely play the role of the dingbat, but then again, Robbie can actually act. So let me take that back. Versus the other girls comparing her to. It was just I'm a DC head first, Marvel second. I had a problem with Black Canary. You know what I'm saying? I get it's the name, but she could have been a blonde. She could have been stick to the original concept. Nick
Mm-hmm.
Fury, Samuel Jackson, he can. That's Samuel Jackson. He can get away with wearing a tutu, and you can still go with him. All right,
I
but
mean,
as yeah, seriously. But you know what I'm saying? The Huntress, really? The girl from fucking Scott Pilgrim, Huntress. That's what you
oh,
just
hmm.
with. Is
Okay.
that oh right? I have beef with that. She's hot. I
Yeah.
just think there's a lot more Italian long-haired black-haired women out there that can pull the role.
No, there is.
More importantly, who she went up against in the role, you know, it was don't help me, Black Mask. You know, he's too high in the food chain to be leveled with Harley Quinn there. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, but it was a fun ride. It just could have been done better, and I was very upset about that.
Oh yeah, no, that one
What number?
I recently watched it.
Mm-hmm.
That one is on my list, but I'll get to that one. My number four,
Mm-hmm.
and we've talked about this one. I actually sometimes people when I get really excited and it's like especially like the top tens, I try to like sneak it into conversations with him.
Mm-hmm.
And this one kept popping up, but this one, I was like, oh,
Here it comes.
the woman in the window.
Yep, that was my number. Okay, I don't have to say my number three.
That was number
That was
four.
that was my number three, so we can
Oh,
bypass
so
me.
then no, my number three was Birds of Prey, but I want to share my little things about it.
No, go ahead.
But Woman in the Window. I read the book. I love the book.
Always better.
I mean, I would say like this is like my book collection is very small, but I have a big collection out in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
and I love reading. When I read the book, I fell in love with it, and I get it. It's like a lot of like it pays a lot of homage to Alfred Hitchcock Rear Window. I get it, but it's more of a female person point of view. Baby, I'm sorry, you have to go over here.
RTC. I love that cat.
I gotta get him like a little thing right there so you can see him in the background. I have to get him something. But anyway, um, female approach. I get it. Great casting. I mean, to have Anthony Mackie in it was it Anthony was
Yeah.
good. I was like, wow. And I remember too, like it was supposed to go out into theaters. I was super excited. Me and my friend, who were both book nerds when I was working in the law office back in the day, we were talking about it. We were like, oh, it's gonna go out in theaters. We should go see it. COVID kicked in. The studio didn't know what to do with it, and a lot of movies that were supposed to go out in theaters were either being postponed or they were basically sold to other streaming sites to kind of like alleviate the stress so they can kind of focus on new ones coming in. Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta kick them out. I feel like it would have been great in theaters, to be honest. I had a lot of potential. The thing is that when it was sold to Netflix, Netflix completely changed everything. And Netflix
Mm-hmm.
have a tendency to do that. They change everything.
You had one job.
You had one job.
Money. Yeah. If I was had the money, if I was producing, you're onto something. I want to say something real quick on that, briefly. If I had a production company with the backing and I have the green light, especially copyright, to do a remake,
Mhm.
the dialogue is there. Maybe might have modernized it, throw a cell phone. Because, like you said, the Rear Window, cell phones didn't even exist. Hell,
Mhm.
cell phones didn't even, I mean, I just said that. Hell, online didn't even exist.
Exactly.
Just use the original dialogue and just, tweak it a bit. Don't overhaul it. That's
Yep.
all I got.
Oh no, I mean like I get it. Like she became like introverted. She became like I think it's called agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia.
And I get it. She didn't want to leave the house. She had different methods of handling it, which is pretty accurate of how you handle certain things when it comes to mental illness. And it does show how agoraphobia is. But I kind of sat there and I was just like, you have no problem going to the roof, which I get it. Because at the
I
end,
didn't even consider that. I did not even consider that. That's outside.
I was outside. She had no problem running. I get it. The killer was in the house, which when I read the book, I predicted the whole thing. I was just like, man. I was like, are you serious?
I knew it was you.
No, but when I saw the movie, I was just like, are we not gonna pay attention to the kid that is clearly the killer in this house, but no one was okay, all right. If I die, it's because of this kid, all right? But I mean, like the whole time, it was just like there was just things that were taken out that was in the book, and they have a tendency of doing that. They take things out of what was supposed to be in the book, they take it out, alter it, and I get it. It's for like to extend it a little bit more, but you could have kept it close enough to the book. You know, they did it with Harry Potter series, but they alter it because it's like, well, it's not realistic. I'm like, okay, but still.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I forgot this name. I used to be hooked on this. Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
Summer Eve, but yeah. But anyway, in the books, there's a lot of the stuff that's not. I'm not a huge fan of it. I like the TV franchise, but I did, peek at some of the books. They're based upon Autumn, Spring, and all that stuff. And I glanced off it. I ain't go front, but I noticed there was a lot of dialogue from Jon Snow and everything that was not in the series. But anyway,
it's like I will give you another good one that is coming to an end, and I'm just like, you should have ended when you killed this character off.
Damn. All right.
Walking Dead.
Oh God, yes.
They changed it so much, and I remember too that I had like all the comics on my iPad, all of them, so I would read them, and I was always ahead, so I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it took so long for for them to produce was because the writer was way behind, so he was just trying to catch up. And then here you go, all right, we're gonna make the series now. Rick was not supposed to die. Well, not Rick. His
never existed, right?
Carl. No, Rick. Carl was never supposed to die. He was supposed to take over after his dad passed away.
First of all, yes.
And they killed off Carl. We had a conversation as to why, and I'm still kind of upset by that. And I'm happy that he's, doing what he wants to do. And I know that they're talking about, there is apparently in the works of a Walking Dead, the movie. So I'm just like, okay. I mean, you better bring in Rick Grimes because I need to see him again. I miss him. I stopped watching when they killed off Simon. I was just like, well, series over.
If they were going by the book.
Yeah.
All right.
But even then, like, Simon was never a character in the book. Daryl and his brother was not part of the book.
Right.
Okay. So these are like, they added on characters. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. These are original characters. We had a conversation about original characters. And it's fine. You want to add more depth to the story. Cool. But don't change it because it don't match up. It's just like, so it's just like one of those moments where it's just confusing, unnecessary. It's just like, kind of stick to the books, but don't deviate too far from them.
I'm older than you, and there's a term you probably even heard of in theater they use and in movies called jump the shark.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Jump. No, just it's in Hollywood talk.
No, I know that. I know because they that's the whole thing is jump the shark because of funds.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm impressed. For you youngins, that means just like she said, it's just, dude, it should have died in season 7. Now I'm throwing it out there. I don't know what season 7 consists of. I'm not that good, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like I watched the final season. I think it was on 10, but I know it's gonna be bad because they're if you haven't been watching lately, they have these guys in these white Power Ranger suits now. Came out of nowhere, and there was a helicopter. Like, where were these motherfuckers like back in 5 seasons ago? But anyway,
it's like the Internals. Where the hell were you guys at? It's like, we can't interfere. Which I even understood that. That was the funny thing, is that I understood that when it came to the Eternals, which I'm going back to 10. It made sense. Like, you can't interfere if you want to grow. But then when it came to Walking Dead, it's like, where the hell were you guys at? It's like, right. Oh, we didn't want to interfere. What are you talking about? You didn't want to interfere. Like, we're dying out here. We're shoplifting, and it's not even shoplifting anymore. There's no laws out here. We got a guy with a baseball bat he calls Lucille, and he just, bringing down.
And the crazy lady who dresses herself up in zombie skin.
Oh, yeah.
That whole chapter could have been gone. Anyway, all right, so we can, with all respect, we can bypass. We came across 2.
Well, I got to talk about my 3.
No, you did, but remember some of ours matched.
Well, the thing is, I go, let me get to 3 so I can tell you my half, because I didn't get to. Because you told me your half.
Yeah, you sure did. I'm sorry, guys.
What was your 3, though?
No, you hit, the last 3?
No, your 3, number 3, what was yours? The woman in the window?
Yeah, it was somebody's yours.
Oh, okay, never mind. Let's go to my number 3, because you talked yours. My number 3 was actually Birds of Prey. It wasn't that high up, but it was there.
It was there.
Once again, people, I love cinema. I love comics. I don't look the part, but I do. I love DC, and I say this, I still to this day do not like Superman because he's too much of a Boy Scout for me. I like Batman.
because he's gruff and he's rough and he's like $1 billion playboy who basically buys all these fancy gadgets and then goes out and fight crime because he's trying to get justice for his family and all for the people of Gotham. So when I saw Birds of Prey, which I saw it recently, and I'm going to tell you this, I cannot finish it because I am so mad at it. I am so angry with it. I'm going to finish it tonight, though. I sat there, I'm watching it. I had to go read the Wicca about it, like just to understand what the hell happened. I'm like, let me just read this and then I'll watch it again later. Like, I can't bring myself to.
You're like, maybe I'll have some kind of solace.
Yeah, I was giving it the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, yes, once again, our girl who plays Harley Quinn, awesome. She's perfect for Harley Quinn because she can play crazy.
Yeah,
and I feel like when you're watching the whole thing, you're in the mind of Harley Quinn. And this is me going to all the video games because I played all of them. Arkham Knight, where you have Harley Quinn's Revenge, where you're playing as Harley Quinn and the entire time you're in her head. So all the visuals was like you're in Harley Quinn's head. You're seeing how she sees everybody and everything. So I'm like, okay, cool. What pissed me off, though, was what they did to Black Mask. And I was talking to you about this today.
Yep.
I sat there and I was just like...
That's why I'm pissed off, anyway.
I love him. Ewan McGregor. Okay, I think that's how you say his name. I feel like I butchered his name, but it's a tongue-tied. He's great as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love the fact that he's coming back to do the show. I'm happy.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, ironically.
I'm happy. I'm like, tears are like streaming down, but I don't want to ruin my makeup right now because it took me about 15 minutes to do this. But he was great, and this is the only romance movie I've ever watched. Well, not ever. The only romance movie I would watch with him, with John, who plays Bruno. He's in it, as well as Nicole Kidman, which is Moulin Rouge. That is the only movie that I will sit down and tolerate because I'm like, oh my God, I love it. What they did to Black Mask is so far from the character himself.
That's why I'm pissed off.
That I'm like, okay, cool. You know, he's a badass. Yes, he's a badass. Yes, he's self-centered. Yes, he's a control freak. Yes, he's part of the mafia. You know, he's a mafia leader and everything. But you made him a germaphobe? I got mad. I was like,
that's the hill you die. That's the hill you die on. Just
I was just like, because I was like, all right, he's cutting faces off. Wait, why is I see the blonde guy? So I was sitting there like, who's that? Wait, oh, Zaz.
Oh yeah, Victor Zaz.
Victor Zaz. I go, why does he have hair? He doesn't have hair. When they made him, so Victor Zaz. Okay, so I'm gonna real quick because this is my Batman geek moment right now. Zaz is a fairly new character. He came out, I believe, in the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. And his first appearance was in Batman Arkham Asylum, which was the first game for the series. With obviously we had the iconic actors who took on their roles again, and they had Victor Zaz. And yes, his part in that was very small, but what the fuck did you give me?
Yeah, no, he interests me too as a I like to call him as Batman's D-lister villains. Not even D, just yeah.
I would say C. Like he'll send Robin or Batgirl to go handle it.
Right, like Mr. like Pigpen, the pig guy.
Oh, Professor Pig.
Professor Pig, he's in that list.
Yeah.
Riddler is just barely above him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I like Victor Zaz because every victim he has, he leaves a mark on himself.
Yeah, I mean, like, I sat there, like I said, I didn't finish the movie, but I did not see a tally mark on his body. I was like, and then where are the tally marks? Where are they? They're supposed to be on, and he's supposed to have some on his forehead, and I know the story that he's supposed to have 4 on his forehead, and he's supposed to have 1 more, but it was saved for Batman.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
And I'm sitting there, I go,
at least do that if you're going to have wearing clothes.
Yeah. But no, like, you could have had, I have to watch it. I'll probably talk with you about this a little later. But I'm just like, why? Why are you doing this to both my favorite characters? Because yes, Black Mask, he's not shown that much in some, because he's too gory or too graphic of how he handles things compared to all the other mafia families. I mean, Harley Quinn, I'm going back to Harley Quinn. She's also another character that was never an original character from like this whole series. She came out in the 90s, if you remember, in the Batman the Animated Series. And she was supposed to be a one-off character.
Yeah.
But people loved her so much. They were like, bring her in, bring her in, bring her back. They brought her back. She became an sensational character and became Gotham's Sirens with Poison Ivy and Catwoman.
Yeah, thank you.
So I just kind of sat there. I was just like, wait a minute. Since when is Harley Quinn part of the Birds of Prey? Because I know that's Black Canary, Huntress, as well as, I'm trying to think of the other one.
Oracle. Used
Oracle.
to be formerly Batgirl.
But yeah, but I'm just like, I know you guys don't want to have Barbara in it, which, I mean, is this supposed to take place before Barbara comes in, or is it, after she probably took off? I don't know where you guys are putting
According
this.
to that movie, I don't know. That's why it's fucked up. That's the point of it being fucked. You don't know. Exactly. Oh, and then Detective Montoya wasn't part of the group, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that's what is another one of my issues. They casted somebody so old that.
Yeah, come on.
They could have done someone younger.
What's her fucking name? She was in White Man Can't Jump. Rosie Perez.
Yes.
I have no problem with Rosie Perez. I don't. That just wasn't her role, in my opinion.
No, that's the thing is that with her, I mean, I didn't know her name. I didn't know she was even in that movie, but they could have gone with someone a lot younger. They could have. They could have a lot younger because I feel like she's in her 40s.
Rosie Perez is old enough to be our mom.
Yeah. Okay. So then, but it's just like, she's supposed to be, and I guess they got it that she's a lesbian, but she's also, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's supposed to be the second Question.
Yep.
And I'm just like, okay, I've always pictured the Question being young, like pretty much everyone else. I mean, Bruce started becoming Batman in his 30s, so I mean, he was still young, but he wasn't like spring chicken like all his Robins were.
Right.
But I'm just kind of like, you could have gone with somebody a lot younger.
Yeah.
But no, I just got mad because they just, butchered two of my favorite villains, and I was just upset by that. I'm gonna go cry now.
You serious? Yeah. Well, it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. So you're number 2.
2?
Yeah, 2.
Split.
Really?
I did not like Split at all. At all. But it's not on my high of my shit list. But well, yeah, it is.
Yes,
yeah, it is.
Number 2.
But I did not like, because I was looking forward to the Legendary bringing back Glass and Unbreakable. I get that. It just felt like he was used as a franchise to bring these two legends back together. That's all I'm going to say on it. The personality disorder, changing your bodies. I don't know how the fuck he did that role. He really did a good job acting like a girl the next minute, and then some kind of Italian ass dude the next minute. He had faces. Yeah, makes sense. It didn't go anywhere, and yes, it's that high on my food chain. I didn't like it because at the end, you saw it. At the end, they're back in the asylum. They leave room for another sequel, but it won't because people don't want to touch that franchise because there's nothing. Okay, you have the bad guy, typical superhero thing. Mr. Glass is obsessed with comics. You get that. He was a mastermind. I get that. Bruce Willis didn't want the job. I get that as a superhero. Okay, I love that. But it was like, did you manipulate Split into fighting Bruce Willis? Or is it just leaving room for more leftover imagination for another role of the next sequel after that? I felt kind of juggled on that. I don't like that. But yes, that's me. Sticking to it.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have never seen Split, but it's on my list.
Okay.
So you hearing that? I'm just like, let me put that in my little glass jar of opinions.
It could be me, but yeah. I didn't like. Yeah.
All right, so my number 2, you actually mentioned it. It was X-Men: Dark Phoenix. And that is high up on my list because this one I actually took out something else because I was just like, okay, this movie wasn't really hyped up, but Dark Phoenix was. And I saw it fairly recent, and not fairly recent. I saw it like probably at the beginning of 21. So when it came out on Disney Plus, I was like, "Oh, let's watch it." Now, you can tell they did rewrites. You can tell.
Yes.
You can tell they did a rewrite, and that was actually during the merger between Disney and Fox. Mm-hmm. And I can understand Disney came in and was like, well, this is our property. We're going to rewrite this because we needed it to fit into our stories now. Which is kind of what they did with Quicksilver. Wait, is it Quicksilver?
You're talking about WandaVision?
Yeah, WandaVision.
Yes, it was a big F you to Fox.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, okay, well, that's why, because originally Quicksilver was supposed to die in the Dark Phoenix, but they're like, you know what?
WandaVision was an excuse to get the original dude in here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just sat there. I was just like, and I'm not saying, I just said it's just poor writing. Like, it was just like.
Your face says it all. Is this poor? Look, this is you. Is this poor writing?
It's poor writing.
Like, just blank.
Just.
And Apocalypse's costume. I saw a meme somewhere. I probably posted it on CJ's Random or whatever. I saw this meme like, this guy did what we can't do Apocalypse's costume as it looks in the comic book. Then it shows a clip of this one dude who did absolutely cutting edge, big lips and all. Then you have this guy look like Zordon from the Power Rangers or whatever. No, not Lord. One of the those clay things they fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the putties. That's...
Oh god, no. That would have been on mine too, the Apocalypse. But I was just like, well, we got to see how Storm looked as a kid, so I was just like, It's on my other list, so it's on the like part 2 if we ever do this again. But no, Dark Phoenix, it felt poorly written. It probably had a lot more scenes that could have made the movie, could have saved it.
There was definitely edits.
But there was just so much editing that you can just like see it. And I get it. I forgot the girls. And then Jennifer Lawrence, who played Mystique in this, I think.
Yes, because they replaced that one hot model chick.
Yes, Rebecca something.
Oh my god.
Like, you can tell she was done with it. Like, she didn't
like the body paint, right?
Huh?
She hated the body paint at all.
She hated the body painting because the thing is like, she had to be in the chair for about, 5 to 6 hours, so she had to get there relatively early, do all the prosthetics and everything, and then she could barely move and all that. So, I'm kind of like, yo, you're getting paid by Marvel before it
moved on. You signed up for it.
Yeah, you signed up. It's kind of like, it's almost like as if you're going to start complaining about time when there's other actors that have put on more prosthetics and sat there, dealt with it, and yes, they'll complain from time to time, and obviously we'll see articles on TMZ or whatever, but it's just like at the same time they had fun.
You don't hear oh god, what's her name? In Guardians of the Galaxy, played Gamora's sister.
Gamora, I'm trying to think.
Not Gamora, no, Gamora's sister. That's even more prosthetic. She had the robot.
God,
she's in Doctor Who, real tall redhead.
Pond. What's her name? I think I don't call myself a Whovian because I would have been butchered by the Whovian. I keep saying Whovian. The Doctor Who fandoms. They'll be like, you don't know her name, do you? I was like, no, I'm sorry.
I don't watch it. I got an excuse.
I watched it and I.
It was Karen Gillan. Gillan.
Oh, I'm thinking about somebody else. When he said Carrie, I was just like, wait a minute, what? She was in that?
No, Karen. Like
Karen. No.
Yeah,
no. Oh no, her thing was she had a lot more prosthetics. But she never complained.
I never read an article or heard anything throughout all these movies, mind you, including Endgame. I hate the prosthetics because she's getting that check.
Yeah, she's like, I'm getting that money. Another good one, which I mean, like this actor, like he puts everything, and I did. Guys, if you guys probably saw. If you haven't seen it, go to my channel. I do talk about him. Jim Carrey when he did The Grinch, like he had all those prosthetics and he wore it from when he put it on to when he took it off. Like he was in character the whole time, and he not once complained. Like, and that is like more constricting because I've seen behind the scenes and like they have the teeth, their nose is covered, so it's harder for them to breathe. And I'm like, they haven't complained once. Like, they probably said some things that was uncomfortable, but they still had fun.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's not a slugger, but he's a trooper. He came from a living color. There's very little things that bother him, that man.
Oh, God, no. Especially with his Fire Marshal Bill. He had prosthetics for that, too.
My number one, I was going to say MLK, Lord Jesus. No, Mortal Kombat. MK.
Okay. All right, I agree with you on that one. That one's not on my first, but the other one is.
No, it was just unnecessary. And I'm really pissed off because most of the people in my group, I'm not advertising, I'm just throwing it out there. You hated Mortal Kombat? The hell's wrong with you? It was a 30 comment tier, people ripping me a new one. I don't care. I didn't like it. Now, if it's setting platform for part 2, which I'm still shocked that's actually working.
Oh, God, yeah.
Then fine. But I'll eat crow pie. Right now, it's trash. You're a descendant of Scorpion, then you're not. Wait. Yeah, descendant of Scorpion and taking revenge against Sub-Zero. We all know the plot. It was just stupid. It was
Wait,
just
that was the plot of the movie?
yes.
I thought you were describing like a fanfic
No,
because
that was Scorpions. Let me make sure I get this right. Modern day time, you and me, the great whatever number grandson of original Scorpion goes out to revenge for. It was so stupid. I'm trying to remember this, guys. Don't butcher me. Go after revenge. There was no tournament. Goes back into it was like Mortal Brawl versus Combat.
Okay.
And then his grandfather came to save his butt and take revenge on Sub-Zero. Maybe I have beef because I love Sub-Zero, but that's just me. But it was just that was the plot in a nutshell. No tournament, no nothing.
Oh, okay. Because no offense, people that loved it. The reason why I said it sounded like a fanfic is because like I read fan fiction from time to time, and there are times where like you were mentioning how like the what's it called? The whole plot of it changes. A lot of people do that when it comes to fan fiction. So I'm like, are you talking about a fanfic or something? Because that happens all the time. You start talking about, oh yes, I'm the daughter of this person, and then they change it. Oh no, I'm the granddaughter of this person. It's like, wait, aren't you the daughter of this person, but now you're the grandchild of this one? What's the plot?
Right. This is you. Get to the plot.
Get to the point.
That's my list.
My number one, which I'm gonna give you guys a little backstory to it. I would say it was 2014 or 15.
Interesting.
I was still living in Florida. I went to a convention, I believe, and I can tell you what I was actually dressed up as. I was dressed up as Holly from Cool World. I had the leotard with the little skirt and everything, so I was Holly from Cool World. And there was, I had a great time there. I think it was I think it was Anime Miami or Paradise Comic Con, right? In South Florida. These two conventions do not exist anymore. So, and on top of that, the person who used to own it sold it to somebody else, which I believe, that's that one.
Alone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the same page. They had the comic book men there. So one day I dressed up as the Great Gazoo. Everyone kept calling me the Marvin the Martian, which I was just like, I don't have the brush. I'm all green. It's not easy being green, dum-dum. And
I see what you did there.
Yeah. And the last day I dressed up as Holly because the day before I dressed up as on a long weekend, but I did Holly. So I'm sitting in the audience with my best friend who is a big fan of Star Wars. And I know if he sees this, he'll probably be pissed with me about my number 8, but I don't care. Kevin Smith comes onto stage because he had a flight from I don't know what state to Florida, and he was basically rushed from the airport to the convention center. And he starts talking about all this different stuff, his upbringing, his backstory, and then he starts talking about this movie idea. Now, everybody was losing. They're like, oh my God, it sounds amazing. And we thought, okay, I thought it was going to be a feverish movie. It was going to be a movie that was just going to come out and it's going to be great because, you can't do wrong. It's Kevin Smith, He does the DC verse. He does Supergirl. He does Green Arrow, right?
Yeah.
He does.
No, yeah.
He does
Seriously.
the Clerks franchise. He's done Rat Race. He's done a lot of good movies that are considered cult classics.
He has good range. Yeah.
This movie, which my friend still praises me of how the hell did you manage to finish this movie? I go, dedication and sacrifice. So he kept talking about this movie called Tusk.
I've never seen that. Wait, why do I know that? Wait, give me a minute.
Go ahead. I'll just continue talking. Tusk is basically about a movie that it's a movie that was I thought it was going to be a feverish dream of his, he was going to do it. But it's about a guy that was befriended a walrus back in the day. The walrus dies. He opens up his house. Somebody moves in. And this person that moves in is unfortunately Justin Long, which he's the voice of, he's one of the voices from F is for Family, sorry. I got tongue-tied there. And he plays the son. I forgot the son's name. You know it. I forgot.
Oh, anyway.
But anyway, so, Kevin.
Thank you. Right to that wall, Kevin! Anyway.
I'm gonna put you through that wall. But anyway, so he opens his door to him, and he just starts, really messing with this guy, and this has body dysmorphia in it, slowly turns this guy into a walrus. And the plot just, it was out the window. I was just like,
Folks,
so this.
in case you guys missed that, he literally grew tusks.
No, he didn't grow. He actually surgically put it in.
I mean, yeah, that's right.
He surgically put my friend, because I remember when I saw it, my best friend like got to that point where they were showing what he looked like, and she's like, "Nope, I'm out. Me,
she just gave up.
I'm just like, I'm gonna finish this movie. I sat there. I was just like, well, there goes the plot. But it was just a movie that should have never been made. I cannot. I mean, as much as people loved it, it was such a stupid movie. The way he hyped it, and this is why, like, I love him. I love movies themselves, and they hype it up, and you get super excited, and then you see, you're like, this is going to end up on my list. Like, this is going to end up on my list now.
It's movies like that make you ask you, how did you get funding for this?
Exactly. And I mean, like, it's Kevin Smith. He gets funding for pretty much anything. But it's just like, I sat there, and I'm just like, why the hell did I watch this? But no, I just remember the text messages, and when I told my friend I was reading this list to her, and I told her Tusk, she's like, are you serious? Are you gonna relive that? I go, yes, I have to. I have to get this off my chest. I wrote a blog about it and everything, and it was such a stupid film. It should have never been made. I felt bad the entire time. I felt not even bad for the characters. I just felt bad for the writers, which is Kevin Smith, that he wrote that and then released it, and it was on Netflix. It was. I don't even know if it's still there. I think they took it off because it was it was just as bad. So good. I don't want no one to see it. Don't watch it. If you guys try to go ahead, watch it at your discreet. If you want to watch it, go right ahead. But I suggest that you don't. This is a movie that is just gonna literally make you question of, like, should I really room with somebody that's obsessed with walruses? Like that whole time. But and the ending was just bad. Like, I get it. The guy was really happy that he had his walrus friend back and all that. But I'm just like, it just ends with him, like, all cuddled up next to him. And then I'm like, that's it?
That was pretty bad. You know what? I retract my statement. That is pretty bad. That's just... It's like one of those B movies from, like, I don't think you would know. Those old school B movies that used to come on USA Up All Night with Rhonda Shear and Gilbert Godfrey.
No.
Okay, never mind. I'm telling my age now, officially. on USA Channel, it would show just every Friday or Saturday, for you old heads out there, just Rhonda Shear and Gilbert Godfrey. Rhonda Shear, I don't even know what the hell she does. Gilbert Godfrey, he's still a household name. And Iago the parrot. So, yeah, they would show these... Their goal was to show all these bad fucking movies. That's it. It was just that bad. Like Toxic Avenger. You know, just stuff like that. Yeah, that is a cult classic. It was so bad it made history. But anyway, yeah, dude, it should be like one of those movies. And people fund this stuff, man.
Yeah. I mean, like, they could have easily just done it as a short story. Because, I mean, there's a lot of good movies that are short stories. Yeah. But this one, I didn't need a full-length film. You know, you give me, like, what Guillermo del Toro does. He does, sometimes he does really short films. Same thing with, like, Tim Burton. He does short films.
Like film festivals.
Yeah, exactly. And yes. I think that did go to the film fest, if I'm not mistaken. Because I know that did not go into theaters. Because, I mean, there was one controversy back in my day. I don't remember the name. I had to go look it up because I was thinking about it, which had Johnny Depp in it. And the whole film was, and let me look it up real quick. But the whole film was just basically Victorian era about sex.
I need to check that one out. Okay.
I mean, good luck trying to find it because.
Oh, it's literally a short. Oh, that's right.
It's not a short. It's actually a full-length film that they had it in theaters for a while, but then they pulled it out. And they made a big deal about it too. They talked about it, saying, "Oh, we got to take it out because it's too graphic."
But it's not majorly produced by anybody. Is what you're saying? It's hard to find, right?
No. You can find it. It's just. Okay. It's just like, I don't think, because it's, I mean, think about it as, oh, that's right, he was in Tusk too. Johnny Depp was in Tusk. I forgot.
It's so cute. You're like, oh, shoot, there he is.
I forgot he was in that movie. He's so good looking. He blends in. I'm just like, goddamn. Thank God you didn't have to deal with that shit.
You are terrible.
Oh God, I will. I'll probably send you the movie. I just blinked out. If anybody in my who's ever watching this knows it, just put it down in the comments because it's not gonna tell me. It's just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you the real movie.
Please do.
I mean, I will send it to you once I find it. But yeah, it's just one of those movies that they never released it into theaters. I feel like it could have been put into like the film fest or just, straight to video or something, or just even put it on 2TV and that's it, like late night. It's like one of those kind of films.
Yeah, it's like we'll put you on the 4 a.m. slot. That shit.
Yeah, where no one's gonna watch you, but we're gonna put you there. I'm really determined to find out what it was. 'Cause I'm just like, I remember what it was, but I just don't remember the name.
While you're looking, I'm gonna throw a plug.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who would like to visit the channel, I'm sure Lena will leave a link. I'm doing X-Men arcade contest. It has officially started this month. You guys should be seeing that link, that slogan right there, and that means you guys should go ahead and just comment right away. The instructions are on the link on my channel. You can check that out later. Find it yet?
Yeah, I found it. I'm sorry. I was like letting you have your plug.
No, you're good.
It's called Libertia.
Libertad. Yes, I have seen that one actually.
I saw it, and I remember I went to go see it, and this is 2004. Mind you guys, this is when I was young, I was innocent. One of my close friends at that time loved Johnny Depp as well, so I was like, oh my God, I found a friend that likes Johnny Depp. We went to go see it, and they shut down the theater the moment it was sex. Like, they just shut everything off, and they told everyone to get out.
Holy crap, seriously?
That's how bad it was. So I had to kind of like wait it off a little bit, saw it again when I got older, and I was just like, oh no, for sure. I would have never let my middle school self see this shit. Because it was bad. And it's one of those movies where I don't think you can find it. Maybe you can. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can find it online somewhere.
I've seen a lot of messed up stuff from like 2 girls to a cop to kids, but to no avail. Not that I want to relive that again. But yeah, it's just equally bad. But yeah, interesting. The fact that you were in the theater and they just ripped it out.
They ripped
you
it
would
out.
think they would watch it first. But anyway.
I mean, they didn't do that for Sausage Fest or Sausage Party.
I really doubt they did that. It was Seth Rogen. It was a warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, like people like if this movie Tusk was in theaters, don't take your kids. Don't ever take your kids. Sausage Party, I remember when they came to that scene, you've seen it, right?
Yes.
The orgy scene.
Oh God.
There was...
I know it's food. I don't care. There's enough.
That shit was funny. I was laughing at the screen and at all the parents that brought their kids into that thing all get up and they're covering their kids' eyes after they walked out. And I'm just like, it's just food. You guys can't handle food sex?
Right. It's just food.
Oh, God, no. But yeah, I have fun. We should do this more often.
Yes, we should. There you go.
Oh God!
I appreciate you having me, Lean. It was good. It was
fun. I actually we should do more of these. We should really. You think we should do another one of like top 10s of something else?
What I like to do again, not advertising.
I
did an anime. I did an anime. What the hell is happening? Originally on my channel, like season 3 of it, Cjack Productions YouTube. But then recently I did anime. Where is it going on a positive spin? Yeah. So if you want to do a positive spin, we can do that.
We could do that. So all right, you heard it. People, please go into his channel. Like he was saying earlier, while I was looking for the information about the Johnny Depp movie that was taken out when I was watching it. He is having a contest. He's going to be announcing when exactly that contest is going to be happening. I mean, I don't know if he announced it. I'll probably seen this in editing and look stupid later, but he will be announcing when exactly the day starts. So go check out his channel, join his channel. I'm trying to think of what else. Also, if you guys want to see more videos just like this, I am planning on doing more videos. I'm going to be bringing in more of my friends, and we're going to be talking about a bunch of different stuff. I'm Lena, a.k.a. Blondie, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. CJ, do you want to sign out as well?
Subscribe to Blondie Chick. I do like her stuff. So subscribe.
All right.
No, that's...
So I'll see you guys next time.